Okay, so like I'm back. I'm wearing a long skirt because a lot of the people ask if I wear long skirts. Well, like people that are my cooler things because I love to wear skirts. It's really pretty long black skirt. And I just think it's nice to wear skirts because it makes me feel good and I love it. So yeah. And this is a pretty skirt. It's just really hard to show it in the view. So it's probably so anyway. I'm gonna start cleaning up my hair. I love the summer heat. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, I love air conditioning, and they're in these air conditioned buildings, and I just have to escape the air conditioning after a few hours. Like even if it's hot outside, like 100 degrees and humid, yes, I can handle it. I do not like cold. I mean, if it's naturally cold outside, that's different. But there's just something about air conditioning that I've never liked. I don't know. It's good to be like on the other end of the spectrum where everybody's like in between, or some love air conditioning. We need some people on the other end of the spectrum where people. So yeah, I can bike in the heat, I can walk in the heat, and people pay money at gyms to go to saunas, and I'm like, when you're out here walking in the heat, it's the same thing. I always like to ponder things in life. For instance, like where people they hate heat, but yet they go to the gym and they sit in a sauna. How is it any different than if you just went outside and went for a walk in heat? It's the same thing. It just feels really good to like. I know our society kind of is like scared of this, but like sweating is actually really good because you get some impurities out. Like, okay, if it's warm outside and I'm going for a walk, I would feel like just when you sweat a bit and you get some of the impurities out of your scalp, it feels good and it's good for you because you do get some impurities out of your body from sweating. And I know that's just like our society is like you shouldn't sweat, like unless you're working out, but sweating is actually good for you. I mean, that's why they have saunas and sweat lodges and your body sweats. Like, and I don't even sweat that much because I'm so heat tolerant, but a little bit, and I think it's okay. Like, it's good, you know? Like, I literally can be outside in the heat and I just sweat a minimal amount. That's because I'm on the other end of the spectrum. I'm one of those people freezing in an air-conditioned building when everybody else is sitting by the vent going, how refreshing. I'm like, where's my escape route so I can sit outside and thaw out? I don't even know why I'm talking about this. It's just, I don't know what to talk about during long hair live streams. Yes, my hair is very long. So anyway, I have a video I want to post, but like every day when I try to get around to posting it, I just never seem to have enough time anymore. But I do think I have so many videos on this channel. If you want to watch them, they are here. And I've been thinking more about this long hair down thing. And I realized there's actually a lot of big YouTubers that have really long hair and they wear it in a braid and they don't always wear it up all the time. Like, I don't know the name of this one YouTuber, but she does, like, she's into science. She has, like, blonde hair. She's Australian. I don't know how I came across her videos, but it popped up on my feed the other day. Her hair is, like, knee length, and I noticed she was wearing it in a braid, so I was just like noticing, yeah, you know, it's actually, and she has really beautiful healthy hair. It doesn't seem like she wears it up all the time. So that just kind of goes to show you, yeah, like, And I think she said she even got her hair cut a few years ago and it grew back pretty fast. So I think braids are very protective. Like, I've been thinking about that. Because people say, no, you need to wear it up to be protective. But then I was looking at the long hair forum the other day, and some other lady said wearing her hair up actually was causing hair loss, like in certain areas of her head because of the strain. So I really think it's just up to you what you want to do, like with your hair. Now, my great grandmother had long hair. She wore it to her knees, and she did wear it up. My mom always talks about her. She's like, your hair is good. Well, I always had relatively long hair until I was 20, about maybe here. It wasn't knee length. I think at that time when I was younger, I didn't really know what I could do to take care of my hair to make it grow really, really long like that. Plus, I would get it trimmed as a kid and things like that. But now that I know more about how I can grow my hair long, she did put her hair up, and my mom always mentioned these tortoiseshell clips that her grandmother had, and how beautiful her long hair was because it was to her knees. She was really tall, very lanky, not like me, like tall like my grandpa, like over 6 feet. She towered above my maternal grandmother. So I have a picture of them. I'd have to look at it again, but she was like a good 2 feet taller than almost my maternal grandmother, my mom's mom. And she had really long hair, like she wore it up, so I thought that was interesting. And this was okay, she wasn't young in the 1920s, but there were women, not all women, bob their hair, I guess, it just goes to show you that there have always been women that have long hair. Even if you look back at movies, yes, with the flappers, the hair was short, but if you watch movies from the 1930s, I was noticing a while back, like around 38 or 39, in some of the movies, like women were growing their hair long again. I would have to find this one movie. And by the 40s, women had longish, not always longer hairstyles, but look at Veronica Lake. Her hair may not have been extraordinarily long, but she kind of was going back the other way where the long hair, bang, was in style. In fact, that's part of the reason that they had to make the victory rolls be popularized during World War II, was because women were going into defense plants and they had long hair, and they were encouraging women to put it up so it wouldn't get caught in the machinery. So this long hair, short hair thing, it does go in cycles. But not all women in the past had really short hair all the time. Even in the media, I just think about these things randomly sometimes. No. Why would I feel dizzy because of my hair? That's funny. No, people have long hair. You're gonna have a headaches, whether you have long hair or short hair. I think a lot of people that suffer from headaches just make this assumption that having long hair is going to weigh you down. But if you weigh hair, it doesn't even really weigh what, a few grams, probably not even a pound, like really super, like even the people with really super floor-length hair, it doesn't really weigh that much. It's just kind of this, I think people that suffer from headaches just kind of have this idea that somehow long hair is going to weigh you down, but I don't get headaches. That's the funny thing. Like I rarely get a headache. And I know lots of people with really short hair, like they get dizzy and they have headaches all the time. So like there's no scientific explanation that long hair would, like you could Google it, but I'm going to Google it afterwards. I have never heard of that. I think it's just kind of this idea that you're like, oh my gosh, you have long hair and it's going to weigh you down. And since I'm a heat lover, I love being warm and like going outside when it's 100 degrees, like to escape air conditioning. So having long hair is to my benefit. I guess long hair is for some people and not for others, you know. Never let me down. I think it's just this idea that one thing that's cool about YouTube is more and more women of all different ethnicities are showing how they grow hair long and how they do it. And you know how you can make it work for you. And I think it's kind of like why I have a long hair channel now, because you could be a man or a woman, and if you like long hair or are interested in long hair, like I started thinking, oh, I don't really have any tips or tricks. But yeah, I do. Like the easiest way that you can grow your hair long is by not cutting it much, but trimming it if you want to. And sometimes I do trim my hair when I want to, not because somebody else wanted me to, you know, just because it makes me feel better and it looks better on the ends for me, you know. But in general, like, your hair grows longer by not cutting lots of it off. And I do think oiling hair really makes a difference. Like, I've really gotten more into oiling my hair in the last few years, but even in the past, I used to put Manoi oil, the coconut oil that I show a lot on my videos, in my hair. Like, I've always done that because we always got the Eva Shape products, and one thing it would say, this is great in your hair, because Tahitian women put in your hair. And I remember reading that, like, on Mutiny on the Bounty, about how the women had long hair in Tahiti and they would oil each other's hair, and many cultures do hair oiling. It's just a natural remedy that helps to condition your hair. I put conditioner and shampoo in my hair, but I don't put all those fancy styling products in my hair. I have one leave-in conditioner that I bought recently, and I don't know why. It's okay, but my verdict on it is it's not any different than just oiling your hair. And I don't really like how afterwards it made my hair feel more sticky and sticking together in between washes. So I almost would rather just like do hair oiling to keep my hair like nice and moisturized, as opposed to, I will use the leave-in conditioner, but I don't put product on my hair like people like put product on their hair. I just use a little bit of oil to take my hair down a bit. So I feel like I save a lot of money that way. I don't go to the salon, I save a lot of money on. Be careful. It's real hard. You need to go slow. Okay. I save money just by not going to the salon all the time, not buying lots of expensive products for my hair, because you really don't. I think eating a vegan, plant-based diet works for me to grow my hair long. Like, that really seems to be the thing. And when I even eat cleaner, like more smoothies and more like hummus salads, like Lately, I feel like I still eat a little too much vegan junk food, but when I eat the cleanest, like when I'm cooking at home, like I feel like that, just eating like a lot of fruits and vegetables and plant-based proteins has just been really good for my hair. Like you don't need to buy like 10,000 fancy products that they're selling you to grow your hair long. I don't, and a lot of other women don't. I mean, you can if you want to buy all those fancy products and they help you. Maybe they help you. I don't know. You have to experiment with your own hair and see what works for you. But I just know a lot of people don't buy a truckload of fancy things. Well, look at other cultures, like in India. What are they doing? They're putting henna on their hair, like natural things, henna, and they're oiling their hair, and they have some of the most beautiful long hair on the planet. Indian women, and I think a lot of it is the way they treat their hair. It's not because, like, some people are like, well, they're more predisposed to have long hair, but I don't think that's the case. I think anybody can have long hair. You just have to figure out what works for you. And yeah, hair dye. I don't dye my hair. I use henna to add color to my hair. And hair dye is very, very, very damaging to your hair in the long term. Just think about it. Like, you're putting, it's a progressive amount of things that you're putting on your hair all the time, right? I try to be as gentle with my hair as possible, like without going, so maybe that's why I don't really prescribe to all those, oh, you have to wear your hair this way and that way, because I don't apply heat to my hair. Like, that's fine if you do all that, but maybe if you do those things, you need more, like, wearing your hair up, I guess, and it works for you. I just really love the beauty of natural hairdos, like braids. I love braids, and I think like, braiding my hair, that's what I enjoy. I don't even feel like I need to do it differently all the time. Like, some people are like, I need to do my hair differently all the time for it to feel great. And I don't, because I kind of like continuity. I like consistency. I like doing something that I enjoy. If it works for me, why should I change it? Like, some people really hate that. They call it complacency or boredom. But just like a kid loves a routine, I think adults thrive off routines too. And I think your hair likes it. Like, it knows what to expect. That you're not going to be doing lots of. And your hair just grows naturally when you figure out what works best for you. Those are the things that work best for me. So if you want to grow your hair long, you just think about it and do what works best for you. And one thing I'm really forcing myself to do more is just to be as gentle as possible when I comb my hair. Because in the past, I haven't always been good about that. Like, just wanting to brush and get it combed really fast. And that's where the problems start, I think. Like, with hair mechanical damage. And when I was younger, I loved the way that my mom styled my hair and everything. She would, like, do that, like, comb out the tangles really fast and really hard. And, like, to her, that was no big deal because she combs out her hair like that. And I don't like it. Like, for me, like, when I was a kid, I feel like maybe my hair would have been more thick, but I think as an adult, you kind of have to know these things yourself. Like, you just comb out your hair at a pace that's... Now, a lot of people probably want to do that, right? They're not going to want to sit there all day combing their hair. And you do have to schedule it. You have to get up earlier to wash your hair. And I was debating recently, should I buy a leave-in shampoo? But no, I don't want to buy a leave-in shampoo because I feel like they cost a lot of money. And it's another extra product that I don't want to put in my hair. So I just keep doing the thing that where I have some cocoa powder. That if my hair gets too oily, I just stick some cocoa powder in and I comb it through, and bing, my hair is nice and not as oily. Probably go slower. And I think like the progressive just adding more and more oil to my hair before, and I rinse it out during the week sometimes, as well. But I go a few days without washing it. I feel like just progressively adding oil to my hair makes it just nice and slippy. Like I'm learning all these hair terms in the last couple years. Like I'm not similar. I didn't just like come to like overnight. I'm learning so much new terminology, but like the slippiness of your hair is what's really good for combing it out. So don't be afraid to put oil in your hair. Like people are like, oh my gosh. Well, maybe for me, like if you have a type of hair that gets really oily, this advice isn't right for you. But my hair just doesn't get oily looking, and if it does, I just, after I've combed it out, in between washes, I can just add some cocoa powder to it to kind of get rid of that oily look. It absorbs oil. And then my hair is nice and combed out. And for me, that seems to be working. Oh, also too, I haven't been following all the advice about when I rinse my hair. Okay, that's another thing. I keep thinking about like what works for me and what doesn't work. Like I don't want to take a cold shower, right? People just, if they love the idea of rinsing their hair in cold water, I rinse my hair in warm water. Because I thought about it this way. So they say you have to rinse your hair in cold water, but then some people apply heat to their hair. Since I'm not doing that, how is warm water in the shower going to make my hair? I rinse my hair with warm water. I wash my hair with warm water. That's what feels good for me. I want to be warm. I don't want to be cold. So, yeah. If rinsing your hair in cold water doesn't work for you and it makes you not like want to spend as much time rinsing your hair, because I like to, when I do wash my hair, I really like to get in there and make sure I rinsed everything out, like do more rinsing than applying more product. Like sometimes I do put too much shampoo in my hair in the past, but I try to minimize that and then concentrate more on conditioning my hair over shampooing it, and just concentrating the shampoo more at the roots and letting some of the soap come down to the tips. And then when I condition, I always do more conditioner than shampoo. I always run out of conditioner. Like a bottle of conditioner lasts me maybe 2 or 3 weeks tops. But no, a month maybe. It's like when you're sharing it with people in a household, but I use most of it. But then a thing of shampoo can last months. I always go through conditioner faster than I go through shampoo. That's just what works for me, conditioning. And I would try the advice of a hairstylist years ago where she said, oh, just use a minimal amount of this expensive $30 shampoo, which it was no, that's one product I almost would be tempted to buy. Is like one of those really nice Aveda shampoos again. Some of them are really nice, like this organic one. But I'm not convinced that they're always a better quality than what you can buy at the store. But that's probably the only reason I would go in a salon, is to buy some really nice shampoo. Like the organic, nice quality one with good ingredients. That would probably be the only reason. You have to be really gentle. Sometimes I find myself I start pulling it. I'm like, I do not want to pull my hair. I always have to tell myself, do not pull your hair. Take your time. Go slow. take your time when it comes to combing out your hair. When you have, if you want your hair to be long and you want to retain more of your hair, you can't rush. This could maybe really be boring for some people. Like, oh my gosh, you have to sit here and comb your hair out. I don't know, or maybe it's exciting for some people. I like combing out my hair, I don't mind, but I will tell you this. I am glad that it's healthier not to have to wash your hair every day, because I would not want to sit here every single day. Well, it probably would be too much mechanical damage for your hair anyway. So I think I've perfected the perfect space for not washing my hair. It's like 5 days. But I do rinse out my hair in between sometimes. It's not like, oh, I never get my hair wet. And it does get wet in the shower. I don't keep it under a shower cap, like shower. I just don't wash it every single day. I think 5 days for me is a really good, and sometimes midweek, if I feel like my hair is looking just slightly oily, I do the cocoa powder to absorb oil, and then when I am taking a shower, like maybe a tiny bit of shampoo just on the periphery of my hair, like near the edges of it, just so it looks a little less oily. Oh, that's another thing I do, like lately, like when I'm in the shower, I don't, because I was talking with some other people about like these shower combs. Some people pull the conditioner through their hair when they shower, but some people like have been saying like that can cause their hair to like come out in the shower because it's just a little too rough, their hair is a little too wet, and your hair is more prone to damage if it's overly saturated with water. So one thing I do, I just kind of finger comb, like I let the shower like rinse out my hair to where it just gets it nice and straight like that in the shower, kind of like the waterfall down my hair, and just kind of comb it out with my fingers. It feels a little bit more gentle to me. That side feels pretty good. This is one thing I always notice that when I comb out my hair, I feel like one side always gets better than the other. And then I'm like, oh god, what's that side? Alright, I probably should keep going. When I start doing a hair combing thing, it does make me go a little bit too slow, so I need to probably speed this up a bit. Thanks for watching.